I served 23 years for a wrongful conviction.
I did 29 years in prison for a crime I didn't commit.
I spent 39 years of my life in prison for a crime I didn't commit.
Well, a Cleveland man will soon be free from prison 39 years after he was falsely accused of murder.
I can endure the beatings, the bites, the stabbings, but the loneliness and the not knowing. And we got so many questions, but nobody's answering any of them.
I spent 15 years incarcerated for a crime that I did not commit.
A Lorraine Head Start school bus driver accused 20 years ago was back in a courtroom today.
I thought, my God, what am I gonna do? How did this happen to me? You feel so in despair. You wanna have that hope and you wanna have that faith, but you don't know where you're gonna get it from.
I served 20 years in prison for crimes I didn't commit.
I didn't do it. I did not do it. I'm not the guy.
You're doing this time in prison. You're trying to scream and holler to yell at people to listen.
I didn't commit this crime, and I'll never say I did.
The sadness, we have no laughter.
My mother is beating and banging on every door. A friend of hers seen an article in the newspaper that said that they're going to open an Innocence project in Cincinnati.
I just remember thinking, oh my God, somebody is gonna help me finally after all these years.
Nearly 39 years since I walked out of that courtroom, headed to death row, that anybody sat down in front of me and talked to me about what had happened to me.
When the Innocence Project took my case, it was like a ton of weight was just lifted off of me because I knew that these people got people out of prison.
The 59-year-old man who spent 23 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit.
I was mad. I was hurt. I know I didn't commit a crime.
We are their last hope, someone to advocate and believe in them and fight for them when no one else will. I was lucky enough to have a case where Evan got exonerated, and that was just one of the most emotional and craziest times because I don't think anyone thought he was actually ever going to get out because we got roadblocked time and time and time and time again, and he stayed hopeful, and I don't know how. So it was just really awesome to see him finally get his voice heard.
The Ohio Innocence Project is the most important thing I've really done in my legal career. It's a hard job. It's not all wins and celebrations. It's a lot of grind work. It's a lot of looking through records.
These kids, they put a lot of effort to get to know you, to get to know your case. They don't hesitate to come up into the prison to see you.
Seeing that person, seeing the conditions they're living in, it's really the first time that it sinks in that somebody's life is really in your hands. We try to help them understand what we're trying to do to help them get out, and as much as we can, we empathize with them.
They tell us, like, we'll say, like, you guys are my chance, you're my hope.
I told Ms. Bergeron and the students, I say, I feel comfortable with y'all, and y'all gonna be the ones to get me out. And I told her, I say, I trust you.
There's sort of a saying with lawyers that you shouldn't get too close to your clients, that you should keep them at arm's length. I just totally disagree with that.
Meeting Mark Gotze for the first time was he's just an amazing man. The things that he does and the time and the effort that he puts into every case, and then to have him come to you and talk to you.
My first Thanksgiving as a free man was with him and his family. And I'm extremely grateful for that gesture, to open up your home to a guy that had been in prison for 39 years.
You have a lot of sleepless nights when things aren't going well in the case, and you feel their pain. I learned from Ricky Jackson, and I'm just honestly in awe of him. It's that connection and that emotion that makes you stay up all night and do the briefs night after night, and comes across in your voice and your demeanor in court and your passion.
Doing legal stuff is like a roller coaster. Get all the work and all this intense, scrutiny on something, then you just have to let it go, wait for that next stage.
They spend so much time in putting a case together and to show that you are innocent. They gave me hope for the first time.
When somebody do something with you for years, they become a part of you and they become a part of everything that y'all doing together. So y'all be joined.
I was acquitted in 2009.
December 22nd, 2011, the federal court released me and I was out for Christmas.
It seems like yesterday where I walked out when I heard that gavel. That's all I wanted to hear. I just wanted to hear that gavel hit, and now my whole life is changed.
What can you say to a kid who just basically helped save your life? How do you thank them?
As an exoneree, the state isn't obligated to do anything for me. I'm exonerated. I'm released from custody. They have no obligations to me. Ohio Innocence Project was there for me all the way. They kept me off the streets. They helped me get my life back together.
They're never not a part of your life. They're always going to be a part of your life, no matter what.
Nancy Smith, for example, after she was out for a little while, she said, I really want to return to the regular world. I just feel like I need to have a normal job again.
I said, do you think you guys could help me go through a dog grooming school? And he was like, well, Nance, I don't know, but I can look into that for you.
We had a donor who was able to send Nancy back to school, buy all her equipment.
I've never looked back. I love this job and I love what I do. I'm grateful every day that OIP gave me the opportunity to be able to further my career.
After I was freed in 2010, I would go down to Cincinnati to the college to talk with the students. One of the students that I befriended was Hilly McGon. Something just clicked. She had a boyfriend. When they finally decided to get married, surprising enough, they wanted me to be the person that stood in front of them with the rings, and ask them those questions, do you take this man to be your husband? So I remember standing there holding this paper, shaking, trying to go over the lines. That was amazing for somebody to take me in, into their family pretty much, because I'm the guy standing in the middle of all their wedding pictures now.
I have been asked to be on the board of the Ohio Innocence Project, to be a part of the future decision-making of an organization that saved my life is just absolutely one of the greatest honors I'll ever have.
Dean is such an amazing human being, and today he's literally one of my best friends. We talk on the phone all the time. We talk about personal things. We help each other through our lives. We're going to stay connected for our entire lives.
We joined at the hip for life. Ms. Bergeron, I still call her up, see how she's doing, her family doing. The Ohio Innocence Project is family now. So that's what you do with family.
Whenever someone's getting ready to get out, 5 or 6 of us will meet up. We'll go up to whatever courthouse it is, wherever they're going to be gotten out. I got to be at Ricky Jackson's exoneration. I got to watch a man walk out of prison after 39 years.
It's a fraternity, man, and it's healing for us to be around people that are like us.
Being an exoneree, it feels pretty special being associated with that title. A lot of the exonerees that I know, they really stay true to the image that we've created for one another.
I've looked over the abyss, gotten to the point where I didn't know if I was going to be able to live another day, but I always had that ember inside of me, that truth. I knew who I was. I wasn't going to let this circumstance define me. I wasn't going to be the criminal they labeled me to be.
I think that means you should hopefully be able to be going home soon.
All right.
That's it?
He needs just a moment.
A moment to process this.
Yeah, it's I knew that this day would come one day, but I knew I'd cry too, because my mother told me don't never give up.
I swear it was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day, man.
I ain't just the face of somebody that made it out. I'm the face of many people who didn't make it out. Like, it's a lot more in there. We gotta keep fighting for all of them. I'm gonna continue to fight for them, for sure.